friends, I am so glad to be back. I feel like I haven't gone live on here or done a call for you guys in quite some time because we've been so busy with the retreats. Hopefully I have a good connection. Let me know if you guys, it's given me some warnings. So anyway, but with this whole retreat that we were just on and all the travel that I've done, I feel like we haven't connected in a little bit. So I made it a priority to make sure I could get on for this Lunch and Learn today. And I wanted to just talk to you guys today about something that has really been swirling around in my head and something that I have been intentionally working on in the last couple months. So I want to preface this by saying, if you or somebody that you know, I don't care if it's about plexus, if it's about life in general, if you are finding yourself saying things like, I'm too busy, this isn't fun anymore, I'm so stressed out, I'm not enough, I don't want to do this, I'm not finding joy in this, I'm not having fun, like whatever task it is, I don't care if it's doing your laundry, cleaning the kitchen, or working your business, I want you guys to listen to what I have to say today. So let me know if you're here. I'm starting to see notifications pop up, but this tag a friend that is dealing with something, that is dealing with mindset issues and everything like that. And truly all of this, you guys, is rooted in, I really have been intentional about refocusing my mindset and leaning into all the things that are going to help me take control of my thoughts, my feelings, and my actions. And so if you guys are not in Preston Pugmire's Mindset Reset, there's still time to join. Go and do that. There's a call tonight that yes, Katrina, I think we've all been there. There's a call tonight that Preston is doing that I posted that you guys need to register for. Just go, it's free. Just go and check it out and see what he has to say. So I just wanted to say that before I get into all of this. And I feel like my dogs are about to start barking, of course. So this is all about something that we are all after daily, which is joy. Obviously, finding joy in our business, finding joy in life, choosing joy, and becoming a conscious creator of joy in our life. I think that many times we can just kind of get sucked into life and it just kind of happens around us. Whether it's being dictated by our schedules, our kids, spouses, jobs, whatever is happening in your life, we tend to just kind of lose ourselves in that, right? And I can speak from personal experience that many times when I'm burned out, when I'm overwhelmed or stressed, my time tends to be the first thing that goes, like my personal time. So not only that, I really struggle with the voice in my head. I'm not hearing voices, I'm not crazy, but the voice that's playing on replay in my head saying I'm too busy, when really it's just not a priority, or this isn't fun, or I'm so stressed out, or I'm not enough. Those things are those are my negative affirmations that just kind of constantly I have to battle every single day. And what I want to say to that is what we focus on expands really big, okay? Our energy that we put out is the single biggest indicator of what is to come, what we're bringing in. So our energies can attract things, they can attract people, they can attract situations. Our internal energy leads to those actions and decisions, even subconsciously, that validate what we're feeling, right? And so Preston Pugmire gave a great example last night on a call that I listened to about this thought of what we focus on expands. So I wanted to use his example and kind of make it my own. But have you guys ever started car shopping, or maybe thinking about cutting your hair, or looking for a new pair of boots, and then suddenly those boots that you saw at Dillard's or wherever, you start seeing them everywhere on every person and you can't get them out of your head? The car that you just purchased, suddenly every single person on the road has that same car. what this is a reflection of is what you're focusing on is expanding. You're thinking in your head about those boots, about those boots, about those boots, or the swimsuit, or the vacation, or the car, or whatever you're focusing on in your life, suddenly you're going to see all these validating things that say, yeah, you should buy that car. It's a great car. Everybody has that car. Or, those boots are fabulous. Whatever it is, you're going to seek out validation because that's what you're focusing on. So today I want to talk to you all about the baby steps in finding joy and becoming a conscious creator of joy in your life and replacing the feelings of stress, business, lack, with joy instead. That is just going to bring so much peace, abundance, and allows you to really enjoy what you're doing. So if you wake up every day with the narrative in your head that you're struggling in your business and you don't want to reach out and this isn't fun anymore, have any of you guys had those feelings? Because as a Diamond Ambassador, y'all, I have 100% had those feelings. I've woken up and said, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this today. This isn't fun. I'm not finding joy in this. I'm not enjoying it. Like, I just want to break. I'm burned out. Like, all those things that just kind of go in your head, you guys, that's normal. But if you keep allowing those things to continue and it continue and it continue, it's going to expand and it's going to become your truth, and you're going to start believing that. If you wake up every day and say, this is not fun anymore, you're going to start looking for validation that it's not fun anymore, right? You're going to look for the negative things that are happening or the things that aren't fun. You're going to focus on the tasks that you don't enjoy in this business, or the tasks that you don't enjoy in your house or with your kids or with your spouse. Oh my gosh, like how many of you guys, and don't answer this on here, but have started to resent your spouse at some point in your marriage, or the fact that you're a mother at some point, and then you just focus and focus and focus and focus on that, and it becomes all you can think about, right? So I wanted to talk to you guys about this today because I have trudged through this swamp, and in many aspects of my life, not just my business, not just, personal life, the whole nine. And so I just wanted to kind of give you guys some tools that have helped me. So a little while ago, and you guys are going to laugh, this is ridiculous, but a little while ago, I started to schedule out every single bit of my working hours. And y'all are gonna laugh because those of you that know me, I think Amber Perry, if she's on here, she's gonna be like, shut up. But you guys know that this is crazy because that's not my norm. I have told myself for years, Amy's on here, I see her. I've told myself for years that I am not a planner. Like, I have made that, I am not a planner. That became a definition surrounding my personality. And so I totally fought that tooth and nail. But in my quest to kind of find peace and joy and balance and alignment in my life, I knew that something had to change. And so even though this is a really, really hard thing for me to do, I set business hours. I defined my priorities. I defined my non-negotiables. I even scheduled things into my schedule, like working out, cleaning the floors, because y'all, I hate housework, so I avoid it at all costs until it gets to be a situation where it's like literally eating me away. So I scheduled in cleaning the floors, tidying up the kitchen, and I scheduled in my IPA and my working hours and all those types of things, and I scheduled in the things that I loved and the things that I hated. And so how I tackled those priorities, I had to figure out, one, what are non-negotiables for my business, because that is what is paying our bills, right? Two, what are non-negotiables in my life? Obviously, things like picking up my kids from school and taking them to practice, making dinner for my family, going grocery shopping, like all of those things are non-negotiables. So I have non-negotiables in my business, non-negotiables in my life. And then the third thing was, what things do I have to do? Once I got those two lists going, what things do I have to do but I don't want to do? So the non-negotiables that I truly do not find enjoyable, right? And then I scheduled those into my schedule as well because we have to do them, right? But I made sure that I'm not putting them next to each other. So I'm not scheduling 3 things in a row that I despise doing. Instead, I am spreading them out with things that I enjoy doing. And so it doesn't feel so suffocating, right? And you don't get resentful over whatever you're having to do. Like laundry, y'all, is that thing. Like that is the bane of my existence. So those are the types of things that you've got to schedule in, and then you just know they're not looming over you. You know what they're, when you're going to be doing it. But here's where the joy comes in. So this is the big thing. This is the reason for this call. I was challenged to write down 30 things in life that bring me joy. So 30 things in my life, in my business, in everything, like little things, big things, whatever. What do I authentically love? And y'all, 30 things it's harder than it seems. When I sat down to start doing it, I got through 9. Like the first 9 were super easy. And then I was like, I don't know, maybe I don't find joy in very many things. And then I started to expand my mind because it was 30. I had the deadline of 30, the goal of 30. So I had to really think even down into the small minutia. And I'll share my list with you guys. But I sat down and I did that. And then I was challenged to start intentionally working those things into my day without guilt. Okay, so joy without guilt, doing the things I love with 0 guilt, because when I'm operating in joy, in intentional joy, I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying life. And so when I do those hard things in life that life requires, I'm not resentful of it. I'm tackling them with a little bit more energy and enthusiasm. That energy that I have, because I'm operating in joy daily, it expands. I focus on the joy versus the stress or the lack or the resentment. And it really changes just how your day plays out when you're operating in joy. Like I said, I'll share my list, but I want to challenge you guys to 3 different things. So the first, I want you guys to sit and write your goals out. What are your life goals? What are your business goals? Is it to find peace in your marriage, or is it a rank within Plexus? You'll probably have more than one goal, because your business, you're not defined by your business, and your life, they can go hand in hand, but you're probably going to have multiple goals. So kind of sit down and figure out, like, what is that? Make them crazy specific, make them measurable. So you can't just say things like, I want to get closer to my spouse. Okay, so what does that mean? Are you going to go on weekly date nights with your spouse? Are you going to go to counseling with your spouse? Are you going to sit down and have you and spouse time 3 times a week? What does that look like? So make it measurable, make it specific. If it's business goals, same thing. And then number 2, so that was 1, write your goals out. Number 2, what are the non-negotiables and priorities associated with those goals? What tasks do you have to do to be able to achieve those goals? Which ones do you love, and which ones do you not love so much? And then I want you guys to write out 30 things that bring you joy. 30. That exact number. 30 things that bring you joy. And then start scheduling those things in. And suddenly you're going to feel, this has worked so well for me, you guys. Suddenly you're just going to feel so much more in control. You're going to have so much more peace. You're going to have peace that it's okay that the kitchen is messy, because you're cleaning it at 2 p.m., right? So you're not feeling stressed when you're sitting down to do your IPAs because your kitchen's messy, because when that alarm goes off on your phone that 30 minutes of this, you're going to go clean that kitchen. So you're not reorganizing your day or reprioritizing your day, because how many of us have had things looming over our head that when we sit down to do the things that we don't like to do, like the cold calls or the reaching out or the business non-negotiables that we know are going to expand our business, how many times do we find excuses? Well, I really need to go mop the floor, and distractions that pull you away. when you're doing that, you're not gonna, when you're, literally scheduling everything in, you're not gonna let those things distract you, because you know that you're cleaning that pantry out on Thursday. And meanwhile, you're doing your IPA with your candles lit and your music playing, because those are things that bring you joy, right? You're molding those two things together, and you're releasing yourself from that like panic and that, okay, when am I going to do these other things that I have to do? We all have a list a mile long of things, but if you sit down on Sunday night and know exactly what you got to do this week, schedule it all in, you won't feel that guilt for sitting down and playing Legos with your son when he gets home from school, right? Because you will have already done all the other things that you needed to do, and this is your time with him, right? And so you're finding joy. Legos with your son probably brings you joy, or at least it brings him joy, right? And so those little things just, you stop feeling guilt over the joyful things, because you have scheduled in all the other things as well. So I'm going to share my joy list with you guys, and I guarantee you your list is not going to be the same as mine, but I just want to kind of give you guys some ideas of what this looks like, right? So joy list. And you guys can probably see when I started to get like, I don't know what else. Time with my kids, date nights with my husband, cocktails with friends, candles, good smells, music, a clean house, checking things off my to-do list, feeling pretty, mani-pedi, comfortable clothes, getting dressed up, travel, a made bed, creating, drawing, painting, coloring, decorating, a nicely set table, clean sheets, the feeling after a workout, good food, a nice glass of wine, conversations with friends, brainstorming, seeing people get excited, helping others see what they are made of, succeeding, flowers, home decorating, rescuing animals, dogs, and pretty things. And some of those are ridiculous, right? Some of those are just, I mean, pretty things, being surrounded by pretty things. Come on now. But y'all, those are the things that bring me joy. And so a lot of times you will almost martyr yourself and say, like, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I have all these things to do. And you don't allow yourself the time to experience joy. So what I do, I don't like laundry, you guys. I really don't like laundry, but it has to be done, right? So I'm going to light a candle. I'm going to put on some music, and I'm going to knock out my laundry. Maybe it is your favorite show or something like that. What we've got to do is schedule in the joy and stop feeling guilty for bringing ourselves joy. Because when we practice joy, that spreads out in everything else we do, and it brings abundance into your life. So I want to challenge you guys today to do everything that I talked about. Do those 3 things, figure out what your priorities are, your goals are, schedule everything out, and write your joy list of 30. Love you guys. I will talk to y'all soon. Hopefully this helped some of you guys. But all right, bye. Happy Wednesday.